I'm the shit of this shit. Not saying not naming first place or nothing. I'm just a pure example of the fuckery with this cannabis shit coming from New York from the 90s to today.
Welcome to the Midtown Certz Lounge.
I'm like the people heard about, but never really got to see. Because the era of me coming up in this cannabis shit, it wasn't to be showing off. I wasn't a rapper to sit there and rap on songs with people like, yeah, Purple Haze, and yeah, that's us. And there was none of that. We was straight drug dealers, like, at the time, if you want to say a drug dealer for cannabis, whatever. So there was no glorifying that shit at that time. Redman got locked up in my block, left me his truck for 2 days. I moved it left and right for him to get tickets. He came out of jail, bought 5 more bags off me. I gave it in free, smoked 2 of them in my park right with me. I got to smoke with people that I was actually a fan of growing up, seeing TV, like, you know, it's different. I feel like people like me coming outside, 1,000 crack bottles on the floor, every color. When smelling crack, with the scent of crack was normal. Where we was at, like, that shit is insane. So to do it like this now, I don't want to hear nothing about no negative gangster shit or nothing. And I come from that 1,000,000%. Always ready to go to war and die for what I love. But I don't need it. When I first started selling drugs, we were selling crack, cocaine, heroin. That's what the system showed us, this is your way out. Or they try to say a basketball jump shot, that bullshit. Nah, man, you could have been a doctor, a lawyer, a nurse, anything else. But the way they portrayed it to us minorities was either be this dope ass drug dealer that got the jewelry and the cars but lived with his mother, or you nice in basketball. Kind of broke out of that early as a teenager. Started selling weed young. I seen the profit margins. I seen the coolness you get from it. Like the people you deal with, the girls, oh, you got weed up. So it was like I was drawn to it quick, you know? So that's how I just stuck to the weed and never ever sold anything else since I was a kid. But at this point, I didn't give a fuck if I got locked up for it or not. I was already rich off of it. I was rich before of it. Went to jail, came out, did it again. Went to jail before, came out and did it again. It was weed. I never took it as, even though I lost years of my life in prison off through it, but it still ain't dawned down to me to stop, to be like, oh, this is illegal. You're a fucking criminal for doing this shit with flour. I couldn't understand that. That's why I kept doing it. I was at 14. I started selling weed. I was grabbing weed from the Jamaicans. And then I started actually going to California with these Italian dudes from out and smuggling weed from Tijuana, flying to San Diego, driving over the borderline to Tijuana, driving back, put it in bins. They would saran wrap it with oil, caramel oil, put it in bins. I was responsible for going into the UPSs, ship them out. I had to do 25 boxes in 2 days in multiple towns to ship to come to here. And then I have to pick all of them up with my team in New York. That was my job, and I was like 15 at that time. And I organized it all. Not everybody's fortunate, you know what I'm saying? I come from the struggle, for real. Like I come from where I was helping my mother pay bills at 10, 11 years old. I was in supermarkets packing bags, making $20, $30, giving it to her. And that was a lot back then though, you know? I'm talking about 90, 91. Because even now, with it being saying social equity is still bullshit. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even get accepted the first group, and I should have been more. Everybody who got accepted was people who called a case one time 10, 15 years ago for some minor shit, and right away got accepted as a social equity. That's not fair to people who really suffered through cannabis. That's what I thought it was for, people who suffered. So these people that got these little bullshit slap in the wrist, they get these licenses first, and then they come running to people like me. About 8 of those people you've seen on that list already came to me. I want to open my first dispensary in New York first, from where I'm from. And then I'm going to go on and do a dope-ass deal where I'm going to have multiple dispensaries in different states at once. That's like my next, that's for sure happening. Unless I don't wake up tomorrow, that's the only reason happening. But that's for sure, that's already written. Contracts is done. It's just me. They're waiting on me, and I'm waiting on New York. A lot of people use artists, a lot of people use podcasts, a lot of people use so many other ways of marketing to get in their branding, but it ain't authentic. You tapping into something I don't gotta do with cannabis. Everything I'm doing is 1,000,000,000% gotta do with cannabis, you know? So it's still like, I can't show no emotion. Yeah, I used to be like this all day, hiding. I went to jail so many times for smoking on my block. I got caught with so many pounds in cars, transferring from buying to work, coming over, like, for it to be, I got caught with 10 pounds not so long ago. They let me go. A person like me is, I'm here just to, I keep this shit funky. I tell it what it is.